Start in a second, guys.
No pressure, Redban.
No pressure. Just gotta find. There we go.
Need child molesters in the room tonight. Round of applause. Good. Just Josh. Good. Just. I love babies.
But I do love babies.
Alright. Here we go. Hey, this is Redban coming to you live from the Comedy Store. How you guys doing tonight? Thank you guys all for coming. This is our third episode of the Deathsquad Secret Show. We do this every Monday, and tickets are free. You can go to deathsquad.tv and find the video portion of this and all that stuff. And guess what? This week, we got a special guest, my co-host.
What's up, everybody?
Which, yeah, last week you left me high and dry.
I did. I texted your old number, which was Brian Redban, your iPhone 4GS.
Yeah, that's it. We're on iPhone 5 number now.
Not me.
You gotta change phone numbers every iPhone.
Well, you saw me delete the old one. But I did a benefit for the Planned Parenthood, which has done a lot for me. I will say that for sure. Oh,
look who just walked in. Dana Dearmond just walked in. Hi, Dana. Dana, you can grab a seat in the front row there if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
Get a waitress to you in a bit.
Oh, yeah.
So last week you were doing a charity. You couldn't make it. It was actually a great show. You missed out. We sold the show without you to TBS.
Not hard to believe. Not hard to believe at all.
Just your luck, right? We have an artist. What we do here at the Deathsquad Secret Show, we also have an artist that comes here and does sketch drawings of you guys while we're doing it. And we're joined by Rita Lux, who did the first show again. Yeah. And your auction, you made like, what, $140 this time around?
I saw the 120, but that was pretty exciting.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of shipping. But so if you, what we do is when we release this episode, we release her artwork as an auction on eBay, and she gets to keep all the money, so it's a way to help.
Everybody signs it, all the artists.
We all signed it, and yeah, she gets money, so our starting artist friends will be fine. And Rita Lux is Rita Lux on Twitter, and check out her artwork as we have more people walking in the door here. So let's get this show started. Teeb, let's introduce our first guest.
Our first guest, I just did his podcast this week. It just came out this week, and you know, he's one of everybody's favorite Deathsquad people, as well as Comedy Store regular. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Hangover 1, the Hangover 2, and due date, Brody Stevens. Yes! Top of the push. You got it. You know it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Check 1, check 2. Yes!
Woo! Thanks for coming again, Brody. Brody, he has a show called Enjoy It that's on the instant HBO to Go.
HBO Go?
That's right. If you have HBO, you have Go, you have a subscription, you have an iPad, you know a parent's code, you can see my show if it's still up there.
And I hear there's a second season coming. Is that true? Are you still working on that?
I don't know. We're still working on negotiations. It's all about budget. I've gotten a thumbs up, but we're still... In fact, I just got a call from my agent, and I sent it straight to voicemail. I'm too nervous, but I said I got to do the show. And I'm here to do the show. When Redban calls, I arrive. Yes! Positive push.
Have you talked to Zach about why you weren't in Hangover 3? Is there any hard feelings?
I don't have any hard feelings towards Zach. I do have hard feelings. Yes, I was hurt, but Zach did everything he could to get me into Hangover 3.
Have they officially wrapped? Because when I did your podcast last week, you said they had a few days left and maybe there was still a chance. Is that Zach calling you right now?
Zach Galifianakis.
No, it's my agent.
Who's
Zach's agent, too.
Take the call.
Ask him why.
Martin, it's Brody.
Yes.
Martin, I'm doing a live podcast.
Put him on speaker.
You probably don't want to be on it. No, this is a big-time agent. You want me to call you back? I think, Martin, things are going great. I can put you on speakerphone if you want it.
Yes, good job, Brody.
Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Martin, Brody's agent.
Martin, how you feeling?
You know, that he needed something surgery. I don't know. Not a great thing. $14,000 down the drain is what I believe. But anyway, I'm getting through it. I'm working hard. And how are you, God? I can't believe it. I'm on a live podcast.
Yeah, you're doing great, Martin.
Killing it.
Martin, it's here at the Belly Room at the Comedy Store. You know, I wanted to call you this weekend. I know you had deviated septum surgery, but I'm glad you're.
I drove by. I tried to get by that party on Saturday night. I actually drove by at midnight, saw no one around, so I decided to head home. I had to go somewhere else.
Get his nose scraped out. Okay.
All right, so Martin, I'm gonna get back to you. We're doing the live. What's that? No, you're funny, Martin. You're being funny. Don't worry. You're the laughs. You're getting big laughs.
Does he have any big news for you, Brody?
It was just hard to hear. It was. You're a good guy. You live on the West Side. You have 2 great children, and you have a nice screening room. Thank you. I'll call you.
Does he have soft hands? All right, Brody.
Is he 10%
yeah,
gay?
Brody froze up.
It's all happening.
It's all happening.
Okay, Martin, I'm going to call you later. UCLA helping me. We're doing it. Yes, Martin Lesak, big guy. Gets it. Vince Vaughn, representation. Zach Galifianakis, representation. Will Ferrell, representation. Stephen, Brody Stevens, friend.
All right, team. I think we should. I think we should get the other guests out here because Brody will talk on the phone all day.
I love you, Martin.
This next guy coming to the stage is I've had him on the Joe Rogan podcast before. I've been to his house after I made the Joe Rogan versus Carlos Mencia video, and he was a huge inspiration for Deathsquad. Guys, give it up for the very funny Tom Green.
Yes.
Yes, Tom Green. Yes, here he comes.
He was here, and he still is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Icon, Tom Green.
One of my comedy heroes, Tom Green, everybody.
A legend. From Canada.
All right.
Anywhere you want
Ottawa,
to
good
sit.
to see you.
Ottawa. Ottawa.
One of the funniest people out of Canada, that's a bold statement.
I'll move whatever you want me to do.
Yeah, that's good.
Tom,
What's up, guys? How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for being on the show.
It's exciting. We're on the radio. We're doing a podcast right now.
Yep, pretty much. Radio doesn't really exist anymore, Tom. Maybe in Canada, AM radio is still popular.
You don't call it the radio? You don't call it the radio?
Maybe it's the interweb or something like that.
This is Tom's first live audience podcast.
Oh, wow. That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. You got it. Stephen, Brody Stevens.
It's the first time I've done a live audience podcast before, so thanks very much.
Thank you. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Is your agent going to call you at any minute and you can take that call?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
My agent just called me. I had to pick up.
Really? Oh my God, yeah, my agent doesn't call me.
That's fine.
I'm lucky.
Now, you literally public access is how you blew up in Canada.
Oh, okay, yes.
You
I'm
got a
going to
cult
bring
following.
someone else out right now. I thought we were going to bring out...
Oh, let's bring SteveO out here. SteveO.
Okay,
Let's get right to it. Build it up. SteveO.
And let's bring up Dearmond. Dana, come on up. Do you want to come out?
I like it.
This is a free-for-all.
I like how we go.
Good guy. He can do hacky sack. We work together. Dick House Productions.
And we'll have a lovely lady sit next to SteveO.
I like how we
Deathsquad's
go.
own Dana Dearmond's here.
Dana Dearmond. Yes.
Internet's girlfriend.
Redban.
We jumped right into the interview. I didn't know we were doing the interview part, and then...
No, I did.
It's the first time I've ever been on
I like how we went from like public access to public intoxication, right from one to the other. Where's SteveO?
Not me. No, we're...
SteveO's sober.
We're sober
Now.
We're sober.
Sober.
We're drinking Virgin Bloody Marys tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
coffee from Starbucks.
Yeah.
You want me to run and get some on Riverside and Ventura?
Yeah.
Triple Jack and Coke.
Triple Jack.
I feel like a dick right now because like you're asking Tom like a legit question and then it's like, oh fuck your answer. Let's get SteveO out here, you know?
Yeah.
That's
No,
kind of
I kind of did that. I think I did that to you.
Yeah,
I feel
you
bad
did,
about it.
Nobody should feel bad about
Yeah.
anything.
I feel bad about
You
it.
said fuck my answer and I'm saying no, I wanted to hear it.
No, I was I just figured that we bring everyone out and then we can all
Okay.
answer questions.
Yeah, so talk about
I didn't really.
shit.
I've been kind of losing my mind lately because I've been sort of worried about like answering questions all the time, and I don't like answering questions anymore.
Isn't that a good problem to have?
Yeah, but it's just weird. Like there's all these questions all the time. You got to answer them, and
Makes it really weird to interview you on a
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. I just want to talk about stuff like conspiracy theories or the military-industrial complex.
That's a Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast. He let his everything
Aliens and
is a
werewolves.
conspiracy.
I mean, I'd love to talk more a bit about my public access days on community cable at Rogers Community 22 in Ottawa, Canada, where I started my public access show.
Legendary on MTV.
But I'd really like to talk about the JFK assassination and Sasquatch.
Oh no. The prophet and Smoke Casino, ladies and gentlemen, doing Shakalaka. Finally.
Yeah.
Why were you slobbering?
Now, Tom, you, I went to your house a long time ago, and you were the first person I ever saw that had a home studio. And
Yeah.
And from that, I couldn't stop thinking about it. That's how I created Deathsquad.
Yeah.
You're in the back of my head. That's why I started a studio in my house.
Yeah.
SteveO, you actually went to my old studio that was back in my
copied
house
you.
a long time
That's
ago.
right.
You're one of the four-founders of having your own. So, are you going to come back to that? Because you kind of taken some time off to do comedy, right?
I love web broadcasting, podcasting. When I was down in Dallas recently, I went down to Dealey Plaza, where John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And, I went up to the top of the book depository,
Did a
where
podcast.
Lee Harvey Oswald supposedly took this shot, this lone gunman, right?
There's no way.
It's like it must have gone like around the tree.
The magic.
But yeah, I love web broadcasting, and I'm starting up a new podcast in the new year. Everyone's gonna have to tune into
Are you
it.
doing a video also?
I remember when Joe Rogan came up to the house. Did you come up with him that
Yeah,
night?
yeah, it was-
yeah. So it was an exciting time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love it.
Have
It's
you
the
upgraded
future.
your
It's the
studio
future.
there all
No, I got rid of it.
classy,
I got rid of it.
Oh, you got rid of it?
I got rid of the studio. It's I sold every piece of equipment on eBay.
Why is that?
I just
You still have a studio in your guest house though.
yeah. I got rid of the television studio.
That was so
I know.
awesome.
It was starting to drive me a little crazy. I was getting a little crazy with the cameras and the wires in the house all the time, the cables,
It's a hazard.
and the microphones. Yeah, like a fire hazard potentially.
Yeah.
I started touring a couple years ago, and then I'm never home. And then I come home, and there'd be the wires and cables everywhere, and of course it's a fire hazard. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just kind of stopped doing it. I'm gonna do it somewhere else here, like somewhere like this.
Yeah,
I was
that's-
looking around. This is nice here.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Tom Green at the Belly Room.
Yeah.
Hey,
Have it in us.
But I like interviewing people. I like interviewing comedians, and because I'm a huge fan of comedy. So it's always fun to be able to have the opportunity to invite people that you think are really awesome up to your house and interview them, or into the Belly Room, or to wherever you do your podcast. I appreciate that. That this is exciting. You're enjoying doing the show. I know this is one of the biggest podcasts in the world right now. You should be very proud of yourself.
It is up there.
I heard you're just kicking ass in comedy too. Like I heard you really grabbed the comedy thing and you caught it, and you're just.
I am
funny
enjoying
as fuck
it. It's
now.
fun not being home all the time. I like it.
You like
SteveO
the
and
road?
I are doing some shows together in
Oh,
Las Vegas. It's going to be
Oh, that's fun.
one for the history books.
When is this?
Actually, I think we have a dozen shows for the history.
Yeah,
books.
we're going to be playing every once a month in Vegas at the
Thursday through
Riviera
Sunday, one
Casino.
show a night.
Yeah,
I'd love to do audience warm up or anything if you need that.
yeah.
Rob Deerdick will give me a recommendation.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually the audience warm up.
And then Tom's the head.
No, we're
Well, I'll go before. I'll give you a nice intro, Steve.
Sure, man. That sounds cool.
I just want to hang out.
Everybody listening around the world right now, Las Vegas is a fun and inexpensive place to take a vacation.
Of course it is.
So go to my website, tomgreen.com, and look in the tour section or to SteveO's website and check out when our dates are.
Where are you guys going to be in Vegas? You have like a
At the
residency?
Riviera.
Oh, nice.
The Riviera.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The world famous Riviera Hotel and Casino. A lot of history there. Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., those guys used to hang out down there. Now it's SteveO and I.
Tom.
No, that's a good.
That's evolution. That's evolution.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Tom.
Will you fly or drive up there together?
Yeah, we should drive down, huh?
Yeah,
Tom Green.
Like rent a convertible and drive up together.
Yeah, well, I have these 2 dogs, and they're really, really big on attacking people.
All right, I'll go on my own then, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm going to drive with my dogs.
I can't come with you.
All right, so we have a question from the audience.
We already have a question from the audience.
For Tom Green.
Oh, really? You take questions?
Hello,
or-
Tom. Remember I showed my penis at your house?
Oh, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
Bobby Lee, everybody, from Mad TV, Animal Practice,
the
The Dictator.
Absolutely. I remember
You mean
that.
Bobby Lee was at your house?
Yeah, he got naked on the web show.
Tom, I was at your house too.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, how do I not remember that?
I don't know. You were really busy. You were singing karaoke
good.
to yourself
Okay,
and your
that's
dog.
good. Just that's it,
Yeah.
then, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, nothing weird happened between you and me.
Okay,
I was
good.
just there. My friend Larry worked for you.
Oh, okay. Too
Yeah.
bad. Well, that's all right.
Maybe next time.
You sing karaoke to your dog? Is that a go-to move of yours?
That's what it looked like.
I had
That's
a
what it looked
karaoke
like.
machine. I was doing a lot of karaoke at my house. Now SteveO has taken the karaoke reign. But I love karaoke. I love it. I didn't do it with an octopus on my head, or but
Yeah, you really blew it.
yeah. How's the show going? The new show?
From what I understand, it's going pretty well.
I love karaoke.
Describe your show, SteveO, because I've seen the previews for it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple concept. People sing karaoke while horrible shit happens.
That's a pretty easy pitch. That's the whole pitch right there.
Yeah.
Are we talking like bugs? Or are we talking like
There was a guy that was getting
semen?
attacked by dogs.
Yeah, we have dog
He
attack.
he had like junkyard. He was wearing one of those attack suits that they practice.
Yeah.
They train the dogs to attack, and the guy was trying to sing some song, and there was like 3 or 4 huge,
tons
scary-looking dogs,
The dog.
like hanging,
there's
like
tons of
hanging
dogs.
off his arm, and he was falling down, and the dogs were trying to bite his balls.
Yeah, they were doing a pretty good job too.
Yeah.
Yeah, biting his balls.
How's it get the dog to attack on command? They just stick crack in his pocket, or stick some crack in his pocket?
Crack, yeah, it's
Crack.
delicious, huh?
So they do karaoke, these guys are doing it, and they're getting attacked by dogs and
Yeah,
things are
they're
happening
getting
to them?
attacked, or we're electrocuting them, or
I like how this in passing. Yeah, we're electrocuting them. We're
Yeah.
jabbing hot poking
Who did
in their
audience
eyes.
warm up for it?
Actually, I just did the audience warm up.
Oh, so you're
It was nowhere near live. Like it took like fucking 14 hours to film an hour.
Oh, I don't do this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. God, it's
Now, both of you guys got wildly famous through MTV. What's the time difference between when your show was on and when your show took off?
wait, you were what, 98, 99?
99, 2000. Yeah.
Okay.
99, 2000.
And you know, it's so awesome, man. I love fucking Tom Green so much.
Me too.
I had my VCR, you know, with the
Sure as
VHS
fuck.
tapes.
Yep.
And like when Tom's show would come on, I was sitting there and right when it started, I hit record.
Yep.
But then when the commercial came, I hit pause. And I was sitting there and I was ready for it to come back. You know, I in real time, I edited out the commercial breaks. And I had like the complete fucking Tom Green season on VHS tape, like as soon as the shit aired. And I didn't even know at that time that our moms went to high school together.
Oh, is that right?
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was a.
It's a bombshell.
That was kind of
In Canada?
They were good friends in Canada together. Yeah,
Yeah.
Barrie, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah,
I remember
I
after.
was just in Canada like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was there for the weekend, and I was telling everybody, oh yeah, you know, like I'm Canadian, my mom was born here, she went to high school with Tom Green's mom. And they're like, how do you know that? And I have no, how did we learn this?
So after Jackass premiered, and all of a sudden, you know, my mom heard about you, and all of her friends were talking about you, and she called me up and she said, you know, Tommy, SteveO, you know
She
that.
called you Tommy?
And she said, no, I'm just doing it for the thing. So you know that SteveO from Jackass? I went to school with his mom.
Yeah, did you say anything else about my mom?
Just said nice things, good friends. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What are you looking for? What are you digging for?
I don't know. Because I remember my mom would have like her friends come over. They'd be all like getting drunk, like, oh yeah, you know, and they'd be like, oh, you know, your mom and she had the biggest tits in town.
No, my mother didn't mention that to me.
No. Does your mom have the biggest tits in town? Is that what?
I mean, when she was young, she was really something.
Has your mom's ever
I
been
wish she'd mentioned it to me, but no. My mother didn't mention that part.
Okay.
Left that part out. But I think we were just amazed at the small world aspect to it.
Right.
You know, just the fact, and I think I don't know. I'll speak for myself, but I think in some ways that's brought us closer.
Sure has. Yeah.
Doing that show in Vegas.
I mean, we've become really good friends over the
We
last
have,
years.
man.
Yeah.
We have. And God, it means so much.
Now we're doing shows
too.
together, and our mothers were friends, so it's.
My mom has big breasts.
Yeah.
I just took a picture of them the other day.
Wait a minute. Question for Brody.
She was sleeping.
Two questions for Brody.
I took pictures of Nick when he was sleeping.
This is
Oh, no, I just got creepy. Go ahead, Jayson.
That's your mom. I'm not related to Nick.
All right, Thibault, to your question?
I would like to know the background of Brody taking the pictures of his mom's boobs while she's sleeping. Was it an Instagram situation?
Yeah, I put a couple filters on it. It got several likes.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
Have you ever seen your mom naked, Brody?
Not recently, but I've caught a glimpse here and there.
As a kid, was that something that you used as a form of masturbation when you were younger?
No, I never had a.
You're very close to your mom.
I'm not any more close than other kids would be with their moms who live right down the street. No,
She doesn't live down the street though.
she lives in Palm Springs. I'm close. I call her every day. You know what you know. My dad's not around, so I gotta take care of her. I comb her hair. I
Take pictures of her
Take pictures of her tits while she sleeps. Throw a couple filters on them, Instagram the fuck out of it.
I'm a good son, but I don't do anything special.
So the thing is when you stand on the grassy knoll,
Back to that.
the way his head moves, it's clear that there was a second gunman up there behind the fence there.
I like that callback.
Yeah.
Tom, have you ever considered, with all of your internet savvy, to go into the book depository and do a podcast from up there?
Well, I made a couple of web videos up there because it does interest me. You know, there's a great book out now by comedian Richard Belzer. It's called Dead Wrong. It covers the JFK assassination, the Marilyn Monroe conspiracy, amongst many other famous assassinations.
I have a favorite conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. It's
What is it?
that the Holy Shroud of Turin was created by Leonardo da Vinci, and it's actually the world's first photograph. And a self-portrait, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But is this? There's a lot of evidence to back this up online. This is a good one.
There's a
I'm gonna get into that.
documentary you watch on YouTube called Leonardo, the Man Behind the Shroud. Yeah. It's not my favorite. I've seen like many documentaries about this. You know, Leonardo's my fucking favorite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
He was
Yeah.
vegan. He was flaming homosexual. He invented everything.
Yeah.
No, he was great in Inception. He was
Yeah.
good in,
I think that you might have the wrong Leonardo. You're thinking
About that one?
No, that's a DiCaprio situation. Now, recently we were working on some stuff and watching
right.
some of your videos, and I was at your place, and I know we said this in your new place that you live at. I don't want to say where it is, but it
Just
rhymes
give us
with.
the address.
No, I'm kidding. But it rhymes exactly with. No. But what was so funny to me is like your place is so nice and pristine. It's a really nice new place you
Oh,
have.
thanks,
But I
man.
was like, when SteveO moves in, when you're signing like a lease or just like they're running your credit, do people like go like, oh, this ain't gonna be good, dude? We're just.
Well, you know, like I remember when I filled out the lease agreement or the application for.
Because you would be like a tenant's nightmare, I would think,
Right.
like face to face when you know your reputation.
I don't have that good of a track record.
No, you don't, bro.
And so I'm filling out the application for it, and there's this question like, have you ever been evicted? And so I write in there, well, yeah, but that was years ago.
And on MTV, and it was live on MTV, pretty much.
Right. And I actually got evicted a couple of times, I thought, but then when I got accepted, and then the lady in the leasing office, she said that, you know, she ran a check and nothing even came up. So somebody fucked up a couple
You probably have points for honesty.
Well, did they put your last name as O, or like maybe that's it? They might have been like SteveO.
Put under capital lowercase o. It's a lowercase.
So you're saying
o.
there's some sort of computer database that records all that information?
Yeah.
Like if you get evicted,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
you get evicted, that goes into some computer?
Tom, how do you not know this when you're the one that warned me about jacking off on Skype?
Question for Tom Green.
Why did they kept record?
Question for Tom Green.
I thought I told you that privately.
Not anymore, bro. Do tell of this jerking off on Skype.
Well, I forget how it came up, but I was just telling him, I was like, yeah, you know, like, Tom, I got this girlfriend, and, you know, like, I've been jacking off on Skype, and it's great, and Tom said...
Yeah, I said you might not want to do that because there's large databases now around the country that record all information.
Right, and companies own the actual footage, so Tom's like, you're going to be on the next, like, volume of, like, celebrities jacking off on Skype.
Oh, yeah. That'll come up in the future. That'll be a new show in the future.
If you buy the DVD, you get a T-shirt. You know what I mean? It's like celebrities on Skype.
Is that the
jacking off.
Skype?
It's gone wild.
Is that the Skype free version or the pay one?
It's all of them. And they also have screen capture, so anyone can record anything that you do on
Can you send me that link, Steve?
Well, this is something we have to be worried about. They're recording all our information. They're storing it in databases and recording it. And they're following us and tracking us.
Wow.
You know, you get these new cars that have computers in them. You know, they're recording all that information, they're saving it, sending it to your insurance company. You know, every time you roll a stop sign, that's going to your insurance company. You get one of these new cars with a computer in it.
It's called a Prius.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have there was some hackers that were talking about how they could actually hack the OnStar, where they can, like, you just be driving and they could turn off your car in the middle of a highway if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And these hackers are now also going into, like, they're hacking the government to see if there's UFOs exist, like with the classified information for
Oh, I read about
UFOs.
that.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. In the future, we're going to actually know what happened, like in Roswell.
They were really good hackers. They just hack into the UFO's computer.
That's what,
They
Go direct to the source.
definitely exist. They're jerking off on Skype to people.
Yeah.
Could they hack into HBO and get my show?
they could do that easily.
Nobody sees it.
Does anyone want a drink or anything while the waitress is here? Can I get another double Jack and Coke talk?
Can I take just a Coke?
Well, should we get 2 more of these?
Yeah, let's do it. Mega emphasis on no alcohol.
We're in the green
2 more of
room.
those.
I want to tell that because that was so funny. We're all sitting in the green room, and she comes in. She's like, "Does anybody need a drink?" And Steve was like, "I would take a Virgin Bloody Mary, but mega emphasis on no alcohol."
Have you ever had that, like, at a club where you guys get, like, because you both don't drink, right? Like, do you,
No, I drink a lot just when I'm with Steve. I don't drink.
Have you had that,
I drink
Steve,
way
where they
too much.
actually give you a drink that had alcohol in it? And you're like, fuck, it's too late.
I had an experience recently where I asked for water and I was sitting there and the guy came and he put a drink like kind of next to me like that. And it's kind of weird. It was like dark and I just took a little test sip in it and it turned out it was like gnarly vodka Red Bull. And I'm like, you know, puking in the bar, you know, really boning people out. And then, and I was like scared because I could fucking taste alcohol. I haven't had a drink in almost 5 years, man.
Has it been that long, really?
Yeah, almost 5 years now.
So it was 5 years ago up at my house that time when we were rolling around in our own vomit.
Yeah.
And
Skyping bitches left and right.
We did a 4-hour, very drunken broadcast at my house once.
Oh, we did a few of those.
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Steve, are you sober off all elements?
Yeah, I've had nothing.
Even cigarettes too, yeah.
Yeah, cigarettes over 4 years. Yeah,
That's a tough
nothing stronger than an Advil for almost 5 years.
Do you feel better?
It would be difficult to feel worse. You know, like I can safely say that I humiliated myself into reasonableness.
Let me ask you this, Steve, because MTV, and you were very brave to do this. MTV did this whole thing about you pretty much getting sober, your intervention, all that. Like, how crazy is that? Because that's such a personal thing for people to do privately. You did it so everybody could know.
As stunts go, I'd mark it pretty high on the list. The day when I handed over like the box of every videotape I've ever like fucked with, you know, and had my whole life on video, and I was like, here, you know. You can just do what you want with it.
Oh, because they go, how much footage do you have from the past?
Yeah, I would just sit around and make really embarrassing videos. Like,
I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe as long as I've known you, yeah.
I know, it's fucked up. But you know, it's crazy. I say like I haven't had a drink in a while. Everybody claps. It's so funny to give somebody applause for doing something to help themselves. You know?
Right.
So I heard somebody say
This
like,
is LA. Nobody does anything to help themselves.
okay.
Right?
No,
Was that just too real for everyone? That crush you?
A lot of people fuck people to help themselves.
Exactly.
I'm going to the gym tonight. I'm helping myself.
Oh, Brody. You don't need to go to the gym. You look so good.
Going to thank you.
Slow clap for Brody.
I recently started physical therapy for my neck. I've been getting pain in my neck from computer chairs and things. Yeah, thanks.
From what?
And it's actually been real helpful for me, to be honest with you. So I go twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they hang me from these ropes, and you do all these special neck ups. It's very sort of Hollywood kind of thing.
What happened to your neck?
Well, my neck's been hurting just from inactivity. Sedentary. I'm sedentary. Spend a lot of time.
They hang you from ropes because you're sedentary?
No, yeah, I'm just sitting at the computer all the time, you know, surfing around the computer and then on airplane seats all the time, and my neck's starting to hurt. So yeah.
We gotta go surfing.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Let's go skating. I can't surf. I'm afraid of it.
Yeah.
Last time I tried surfing, I got sucked out in a riptide. That's what's called riptide, right? So I thought it was really cool. I got myself a surfboard, and I went down. I went surfing. I was on this beach basically by myself. Okay, I was with my girlfriend at the time, who I was dating, who I'm no longer going out with anymore. Maybe because of this incident. So I go out on the surfboard, and I'm trying to find a wave, and then I look up, and I'm suddenly realizing I'm about 14 football fields distance out. I'm just using that as a way of measuring distance. There wasn't actually 14 football fields there suddenly. That's not funny. Okay. Anyways, so what happened was I looked up and I couldn't get into shore. It was very scary. So I you know, they say to paddle alongside the beach, right? To go against it. So I did that for about an hour, and I kept getting further. It didn't work. It didn't fucking work. Then I went the other way, tried to go the other way against the beach, and then slowly I started to come. It took me about, I was out there, and my girlfriend was on the beach, and I saw her waving every once in a while like this, right? And then I would wave back like, help! Help! Call a fucking ambulance! And she'd be kind of like,
I like how you already need an ambulance.
yeah. Oh, yeah. At one point, I wasn't getting anywhere, so I got off the board and started swimming because I had the little rope attached to my foot. I figured maybe I don't know how to swim with the board. I'm swimming, and then I know if the rope had broke, I'd be dead today. And then eventually I drifted in, and I came in, then I was getting closer, and then the waves were like 14-foot high waves. And I rode it in on my stomach. I just tugged onto my board. I just tugged onto my board, and I rode it in. So then I the next day, you know, I was in Central America on a vacation, and so the next day I said, you know, my girlfriend, she had to leave the next day. I had other friends coming down, so she left. I think she had to come back to LA. She had an audition for a Cottonelle commercial, and
Is she a baby?
no, let's not go there.
Ish.
But then the next day I said, you know, I'm never going surfing again. So I went and bought a fishing rod, and I went out and I stood on these rocks, And I was fishing off the rocks, and a giant wave came along and it threw me off the rocks into more rocks.
Right into a riptide?
Yeah, and I hit my head and I broke 2 fucking ribs. And
really?
Yeah, and was stuck down there in Central America for 6 weeks because I couldn't walk. Yeah. So I'm glad I.
Did she get the commercial? Did she book the commercial?
Yeah, no, I never saw her again. Never saw her.
Dude, that's the worst vacation story ever. I'm so
Well, hopefully the
sorry.
continent.
I'm trying to bring the mood down, but.
Hopefully it's not the bear commercial with the little toilet paper stuck to her butt. That wasn't the commercial she was going for.
Yeah, no, she wasn't an infant. I didn't bring an infant.
Did you ever date a baby?
Vacation.
Now you have a show at the Ice House the first week of January, I think, like that. Both of you guys are.
Yeah, cool, man.
I don't think I do.
Steve,
I'm doing January 10th.
January 10th.
At the Ice House.
Now, do you bring your own people when you do your shows, or do you?
I don't know. I'm sure I'll bring someone there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do it.
Brody, I saw that comment. But all he wants to do is warm up. He doesn't even want to feature for you. He just wants to warm him up before your feature
Hi,
comes
here
out.
he is, Steve. Oh, yes, push.
Oh, Steven. Oh. Positive push.
It sounds like a fucking plan.
No pressure.
We have
my info.
We have some secret guests in the audience. I want to say hi to real quick because they just got engaged, and it was over Twitter. Guys, we have Kat Von D and Dead Mouse here. How's it going, guys? Now, if you guys don't know, you proposed on Twitter by a JPEG with arrows pointing, like going to fix Diamond, this and stuff like. Was she sitting right next to you when you did this, or was? Because that's what I was imagining in my head. Like that would be cute. Like you both checking each other's Twitters and then you asked that way. Or were you guys even in the same room?
Well, I was tattooing all day, and then I got home and he was upstairs in his studio room, and I just hear like, babe, you should check your Twitter. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, I just screamed, I think, afterwards.
Wow.
It was definitely a surprise.
Now, did you see this coming at all? Was this?
It was definitely a surprise that yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. Are you guys going to do it soon? Or do you have anything planned? Or are you going to go to like what does Dead Mouse?
We already got married. I'm just kidding. Not yet. I think we're gonna. You talk.
Well, I don't know. We're gonna plan it out.
That's so
probably
cool.
in like a year, less than that.
That's awesome. You guys are so open on Twitter too. Like you guys must get so much weird feedback from that. Like because you're constantly
We're not like that open. I mean, I think we're like sweet to each other, but we're not like.
Yeah, they don't know about the cutting and shit.
Oh, the cutting ceremonies.
He's just kidding.
Do you guys need an audience warm-up or anything? Done weddings, bar mitzvahs.
Hey, congratulations, guys. What's that?
I mean, that's have Danny Logan here from Nine Scales Perfect Story. Thanks for coming, Danny. Huge fan of you also.
That's awesome.
But we
That's the way to go though. Twitter. You propose on Twitter because I proposed to my ex-girlfriend on MySpace like 7 months ago. Nothing.
Nothing
Not
to
even-
reply
She
yet?
hasn't even read it yet. Hasn't even read it yet.
That's funny.
You don't
Try it
have
on
a girlfriend or
Friendster. Maybe she'll check her Friendster account.
They're trying to bring MySpace back. Have you heard? I just got like one of those VIP.
Justin Timberlake just bought it.
Oh,
You brought sexy back. Why not MySpace?
I just got the VIP invitation. Like you only have a few.
Yeah, MySpace didn't go anywhere.
Right.
It's apparently huge in like Europe or England or something.
Which is weird because that's what Facebook was when MySpace was big here. Like everyone's like, oh, everyone around the world uses Facebook. I'm like, not in LA. We're MySpace only forever.
And I think that it's like people use it to like share music more or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think as a society we need to consider getting off social media. I think they're taking all our information and using it against us.
That's a definite Tom.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it's a
At the
conspiracy.
very
man.
least, we've got to stop jacking off on that.
But that's what's so funny is like no matter what technology comes from the Polaroid camera on, thank you, love. From the Polaroid camera on, it's just we use it to jerk off and send people pictures of our dick. iPhone, Facebook, anything we can do, we'll find a way to like. Guys will be like, how can this make me come? Or creep chicks out.
I've never sent a picture of my penis.
Really?
I just
In your life, you've never sent a picture of your dick in your life.
No, I haven't.
I know, Red.
Does that make me weird?
Doesn't make you weird. Just curious. I'm surprised by it. Obviously, you have.
I'm 10% gay, but I still wouldn't. That's another podcast.
I mean, SteveO, there's no way on God's earth you haven't sent a picture of your dick.
Well, I mean, I'm jacked up on Skype, so other people have definitely sent pictures.
Live streaming. I think your certainty that it's so common might make you a little weird.
I mean, I just. By the way, Tom, I just sent you a picture of my dick.
Is it that common, guys?
I think it's pretty common.
Your applause. How many of you here have pulled an Anthony Weiner?
Ever sent a picture of your dick to anybody?
How many? By your applause.
I mean, I jerked off on Yahoo Chat.
How many guys have not? How many guys have not done that before? Wow.
I just recently did it because I got a big load.
You're right. It's more common than I thought.
I think everybody here has probably seen Teve's dick.
Yeah. He has a picture of it in his wallet right now.
So what do you guys do up here?
I left it on the hood of
What do you guys up here? What do you guys do up here? Up here on the balcony here.
Tom's doing crowd work. We got a mic for the crowd.
What's your name, sir? In the what's your name, sir? In the Mothers Against Drunk Driving hat.
It's actually opposite.
Oh, okay. What is it? What's your hat say? It says death on there. Doesn't
Drunk Drivers Against Mothers. Is that what it is? That's the opposite of that.
Call it what you want to call it. We don't care.
You call it what you want, homie. I don't care. Okay.
Right. Yeah, but now I'm curious. What the fuck?
I gotta be careful about how far we go with the crowd work here. We've got the capo from MS-13 in his posse.
Yeah, don't make me take my shirt off.
Yeah, what's that?
Don't make me take my shirt off.
Yeah, no, we don't.
He's got big areolas, this guy.
So what does the death stand for, though? Death on the hat. What do the initials represent? Do you know?
I have no idea. There's no acronyms.
Isn't it on there, on the hat?
You want me to bring it up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
Thank you. Finally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Death Adders Inc. Worldwide. Wow.
Oh.
Bummer.
You should have kept your hat on.
All right.
He warned us, though.
Yeah, what else is going on here? How you doing? What's your name there, ma'am? What's your name? You having a nice miss? What's your name here?
Right here.
Yeah, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, they call me Ozfest Jamie. I am actually...
They call you what? They call
Hospice Jamie?
Hospice Jamie. That's a nice moniker.
Great, you work with dead people.
No, like Ozfest.
Ozfest Jamie. Why do they call you that?
Who is they and why do they call you that?
Well, because I used to ride out with the tour years ago. Actually, I met you, SteveO, on an Amtrak. You spent a long time passed out asleep beside me. Almost like you were in a coma.
I believe it.
Did you take advantage of him?
No, but B-Man was there with a skateboard, and he says I could ask him one question. So I've never been around a midget, so I wanted to know.
That's racist. They're called dwarves.
You have to ask Redban permission to call him midget.
Well, I never called him that day. But he said I could
Just
ask him
behind
one
his back.
question. So I wanted to know if his penis was the size of a standard man's, and he told me it was 7 inches.
His penis, I can confirm, is the size of a standard man's penis who has a fucking small penis.
Does it taste the same as a normal penis?
But that was quite the adventure, I must say. I've never ridden quite on an Amtrak like I did that day.
Oh, that's a good story.
Sounds good, yeah. Good.
What's Wee Man's real name? Jayson? Is that his name?
Jayson Acuna, yeah.
And he has a good taco restaurant.
That's
He
right.
does, yeah.
Chronic Tacos.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. I get
I
my
fucking love the shit out of him. I think our penises are about the same size.
Now you are very open about having a small penis and not being able to last long sexually.
That's right.
You own that.
Yeah.
Like you're like, that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boom Shaka
What the fuck was that?
What was that?
I can get the mic up there.
That was shocking.
If your toes are bigger than your dick, you are sorry, motherfucker.
Nice.
All right.
Give that guy a mic.
Get him a mic.
He sounds way more interesting than any of us.
How dare you, Tom? I'm professional.
He's a regular of the show.
If your toe is bigger than your dick, you got it's something wrong. You need to go apply for disability.
You have a huge stick, too?
Do I have a huge dick?
You have a normal size stick or a huge stick?
I don't like saying nothing like that unless I'm having sex.
Alright, so if we
Have
have
sex
sex,
with
what
him,
would you
Brian.
say?
You having sex?
No.
See for yourself.
Do it. The bathroom's right there.
Right in.
Come here.
That's why
That sounds like a real opera,
Come
man.
on.
Go. Do it, Brian.
I don't know what's going on back there in the dark.
Let's keep this podcast PG-13.
Yeah.
Just a little late for that.
Jason, take charge.
Let's move on.
SteveO, where were you born? In Florida or Canada?
I was born in England.
You were born. I knew it was somewhere outside of America.
Yeah.
Why did I say Florida?
Florida.
Well, that's like its own country. You were born in England,
I
really?
was, yeah, in Wimbledon.
At the golf tennis thing? Wimbledon golf.
Right around the corner.
Also, what a lot of people don't know about SteveO went to clown college. Like, you were dead serious about being a circus clown.
That's right.
Yep. That's what you got, like your juggling, your all. That's like a lot of your stage shit that you do.
I was going to clown college, and my cousin was going to mortician school, and our moms were cracking up arguing over whose son was a bigger loser. And I don't think either of us are losers. My cousin still he plays with dead bodies, and I'm still a clown. I don't know if my cousin ever had sex with a dead body.
Oh. Did you ever have sex with a clown?
You bet. Yeah.
Steve, how did you get so good at hacky sack?
I just got really into it, you know, and I followed the Grateful Dead for a while.
Oh, that's how you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you move on to Fish when Jerry died, like everyone else?
I did. No. I never got it. What's so fucking
What's so funny?
It's
She has
so funny that
ADD.
Brody knows so much about what
Well,
all your
it's
talents.
because we were taping this show the other day.
We work on a lot of shows together.
Oh, I thought he was like your biggest fan.
He was great on Best Damn
Which is
Sports Show.
awesome. Would be awesome either way, but
What's that?
Best Damn Sports Show at the Fox lot.
Right, was that the one where there's a basketball hoop and I made myself the basketball and I jumped through the hoop?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, fuck, that was a cool stuff.
Is there another Jackass coming out? Are you allowed to talk about it? Are you done with that?
There's like a kind of a secret project going on, but
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
it's not. I wouldn't say it's another Jackass movie. It's a different thing. Yeah.
Of all those years of like you doing all that stuff, and this question also is for Tom, because you both of you guys great practical jokers. Both of you guys like, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
The one that you could take back and the one that you could take back during your shows, where you're like, man, I think I may have crossed a line, or I hurt myself, or
Great question.
I offended somebody.
There was this one day in Miami, and I got this tattoo.
You have the video cat?
Not on me. Wait, if it's the same story, I'm
Yeah.
You guys have the same tattoo artist, right? Didn't you guys go somewhere and get some weird tattoo with the same person?
I have
The
a
one that
weird
you had
tattoo
your
with
back?
cat too. We have matching tattoos too.
No, we don't.
Right?
What? You know, like
Super cool tattoo.
I don't think I have it.
Oh, you didn't get one?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Awkward.
I went to the Miami Ink tattoo parlor, and I was telling the guy, I was like, I was kind of laughing and saying, like how I never want to have kids, and then I was gonna say like, oh, maybe it'll be funny if I got a tattoo of like the circle with the slash through it and a little baby, like no babies. But then it turned into like fuck babies, and then next thing you know, I got a tattoo of a guy fucking a baby.
Awesome.
I did, yeah. I'll show you in a second.
Yeah, show it.
I'm talking about, you asked me if I regretted it. I regretted that shit as soon as I...
Oh my god.
Isn't that actually illegal? Just to have that image?
I probably...
It's like the next day in a moment of sobriety where you're like, can you add don't about that?
You had child pornography on you.
I know, I did.
Child pornography.
Just say it's burned.
I thought I was going to be on that Miami Ink show. Turns out they didn't
Turns
include
out
that.
they on NBC.
Yeah. So I stepped out of the tattoo parlor after I got it done, and the first people, there was this couple walking down the street, and I showed them. I said, "Yeah, check out my new tattoo." And like the look of horror on these people's faces, I had tears flying out of the baby's eyes. The guy's like holding the baby by its belly and like sodomizing it with tears flying out of its eyes.
Yeah.
The look of horror on these people's
As
faces.
they tend to do.
I knew right away that I crossed the line.
Steve, was the baby wearing a Penn State helmet?
But shortly thereafter, I went to a tattoo parlor and I just took the gun myself and I fucking I just turned the baby into a black blob.
Yeah.
So it's just this guy mysteriously standing behind a black blob with his pants around his ankles,
which has happened to me a lot.
And then I showed, I showed Van Margera, and he said, "Dude, you should turn into an ostrich."
Much more acceptable.
That's awesome.
It's an ostrich. Can I see Steve?
You know you have a fucked up tattoo when the cover up is a guy fucking an ostrich.
Oh shit.
I was thinking of your tattoo. The other one, the one you got the same tattoo as with the Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
See, I'm sorry, I was confused with the Angelina Jolie because you're so beautiful, Kat. But you was
take it easy, bro.
You got the old style of tattoo where they use like a pin.
Oh yeah, we were filming our show Wild Boys in Thailand, and one of the.
That's a great show. It's one of my favorite Netflixes.
Thank you, man. Everybody loves
I think
there's
some people
fucking ostriches.
Gay porn. That's basically what it was. But so anyway, one of the stops in Thailand was to go visit this like holy man who's somehow like a holy man tattoo artist, and he happened to be the same exact guy who tattooed this thing on Angelina Jolie's shoulder. Right. And he just sits there with like holding like basically like an elongated ice pick, and he just dunks it in ink, and he just kind of stabs you like that. And that's his way of doing it with this big, long fucking ice pick thing. So we walked in, and there was this picture on the wall of him tattooing Angelina Jolie, and I said, "I want that tattoo," you know. So just give me the same one that you gave Angelina. And
does she know about this?
I'm sure she's heard about it. And then Pontius says, "I want the same one too." But this asshole, Pontius sits down and he just tattoos something else, just on him. But then when we left the tattoo parlor, we were laughing so hard, and we decided that I got the wrong same tattoo as Angelina Jolie. So shortly thereafter, I got
an ostrich fucking Angelina Jolie.
Fucking Angelina Jolie.
I got Billy Bob.
That is beautiful.
Tattoos are fucking funny, man. I really, really think they're hilarious.
Tom, do you have any tattoos?
I don't have any tattoos.
Would you ever get one?
Not one.
I don't have any tattoos. No.
Would you?
Dana, good. Thanks for coming, Dana.
I thought
Dana,
about
everybody, give her a nice hand.
thought about for a long time. I've had a hard time coming up with those. Maybe I'll get that baby one that you did.
Tom, kind of the same question for you though. Like during your run of shows, like Public Access, all the way through MTV, because with Public Access, you probably didn't have as much like you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
All the way through, was there any time where you're like, man, I wish I didn't do that?
I think every time. Every time I think I might have said that.
Your show had to be strenuous.
I mean,
on your family.
I get it. I've been asked that question before, and I think you got to take yourself back to the place where we were always trying to think of things that we probably shouldn't do,
right,
and then do it. So then there's a natural feeling after the fact that you're going to say, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that," because you shouldn't have done that. But that's actually why we did it.
That's why I was
like the
raccoon. What was entertaining
raccoon,
about it?
The raccoon incident.
No, I had this dead raccoon for a while that I found at the side of the road, and we used it in many episodes of my early show.
I love it so much.
I brought it on a Canadian talk show in a briefcase and pulled it out and started shaving it in front of the host. And they had to stop tape, and the guy went off and vomited in the alley. It was the first time they've ever stopped tape in the history of the show. And I kept the raccoon out in my balcony because it was in the winter. It would just freeze every week, and then we'd bring it into the show, and it would sort of, by the time it thawed out, the show would be over, and it didn't stink too bad. There were maggots on it and stuff like that. But I don't regret that. I mean, it was fun. There was one that I kind of regret because it really upset my mother and my family in a deeper way than any of the sort of silly pranks we pulled on them. But I almost am not sure if I should repeat it.
I think you should, please.
Just because it's out of respect to my grandmother who's passed away. But we did do a prank once on my grandmother, and my mother was very upset about it. I showed up at the house with a briefcase full of vibrators, under the assumption that my 80-year-old grandmother didn't know what vibrators were, and I was correct in that assumption. And then we proceeded to sort of, with my grandmother, do a little sort of segment of what could these be? You know, maybe they're bread rollers, and then we made some bread with them. Maybe they're earrings, and then we put them on her ears. And then it ended with maybe it's for eating Fun Dip, right?
Elephant tusk.
And then we ate some strawberry flavored sugar with a dollar store dildo.
Why was your mom bummed out on that, dude?
I think I realized my mother at that point is a very conservative person. Doesn't really like the idea of me sort of sticking a dildo in my grandmother's mouth.
So there's that. Then there's
it wasn't a dildo, by the way. It was a vibrator. So it was one of those little like personal massagers, as they're called.
It didn't like look like a dick.
Yeah, it was like a little.
Did you turn it on?
Orange. Yeah, I turned it on. And orange. And she said, "Ooh, it kind of tickles." I remember she said that was funny. Ooh, it kind of tickles. But
it smells weird.
But then what happened was this was when the show was on public. So this story is maybe a little too long. Like some of my stories go on a little too long. But it was on the public access days of the show. So this was years before we were on MTV, and I was living in my parents' basement doing the show on the public access station. And my parents would watch the show every Thursday night. And this segment was coming on Thursday night. And I knew at 20 after 9 or whatever time it aired, that bit where Grandma put the vibrator in her mouth was going to come on, and I was going to get in trouble, serious trouble.
How old are you at this time in your life?
Too old to be worried about getting in trouble. I was like 25 or something like that, and I'd moved back into my parents' basement so I could concentrate on the public access.
God bless you for that.
So I waited. I knew I could hear my parents in their bedroom listening to the show. It was a work night. They would sit up in bed and watch the show and then go to sleep. Sure. And at 10:20, right before the video aired, I went downstairs and I shut the breaker down for the whole house.
Is that true? Is that true?
So the whole house power went down. And I waited exactly like 3 minutes and 25 seconds until the video was over, and then I shut it back on. And shut it back on, and
they never saw it.
They never saw it for about 3 years.
Then you're 28, still in the basement.
Then 3 years later, we got picked up by this little network in Canada called the Comedy Network. It was right before the show went to MTV. Mm-hmm. And so we put a bunch of our favorite bits on, this one being one of my favorites.
Of course.
And then it was airing all across Canada. And at that point, my parents saw it. I'd sort of forgotten to do the power switch thing. But not only did my parents see it, but also my entire extended family and grandmother saw it. And I got a very angry phone call the next day. People were talking about calling lawyers. But then everyone just ended up laughing it off.
Who was talking about calling lawyers?
I think it was maybe my grandmother herself. Once somebody sat her down and explained why everybody was so upset, this. I think she was.
She should have gone to LegalZoom.com.
Yeah.
Did you ever?
But I don't actually regret that one. I don't actually regret. I don't really have any regrets of the material. The fun thing about this stuff is like you were saying, you have a vault full of VHS tapes of crazy stuff.
Right.
It's just crazy because it's like been 20 years now doing this stuff, and I've been posting it all up on my website recently, going back to the archives and posting all the stuff on my website.
Say the website so everybody can know.
It's tomgreen.com.
You write that down.
Pretty hard to remember.
And there's a new YouTube channel, too, that I just started, youtube.com/TomGreen. I'm putting all the old stuff on there.
Nice, man.
But and often, like every day, I'll be looking at a new video and saying, for a minute, I'll say, yeah, I sort of regret doing that.
I bet.
But then you...
Can I ask you a technical question?
Yeah.
So these videos, are they on VHS that you have, or did you digitize them and when you put them up on YouTube?
Yeah, some of them are on 3/4-inch tape, some are on Betacam SP, some are on VHS, SVHS.
So how do you get it up to YouTube in that digital format?
You plug it into the computer and you load it onto like a digital tape first. You transfer it onto a digital tape first, and then you just upload it.
Where do you do that transfer?
Load it into Final Cut Pro. Yeah.
VHS into Final Cut Pro?
No.
So if I bring a VHS tape to your house, you can help me upload it, and so I can
Oh yeah.
I can tweet it.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Matter of fact, if anybody wants to bring a video VHS to Tom Green's house,
an easy way to do it is to just actually transfer it onto a digital videotape and then load it from the digital videotape into Final Cut Pro.
So if I bring a video over to your house,
yeah, of course, yeah.
VHS
I'll help you out, man. Yeah.
Then we can tweet.
Yeah, we can tweet away. You can tweet each other.
Instagram.
Yeah.
They sell these USB things also that you plug in a USB that has the video input, so you can hook up a VCR to it using USB, and then you open up something like Final Cut Pro or something like that, and you can record from this. And they're pretty inexpensive. They're called Dazzle a lot of times, you know, or like anything like that.
Oh, I actually prefer the VHS quality, the resolution. I'm thinking about going and getting an old SVHS video camera, and SteveO and I were going to go out in the streets and make some crazy videos with an SVHS video camera, right?
What's the coolest way to put video online?
The what?
Vimeo.
The cool Vimeo?
I like Vimeo. Because they don't care about nudity, they don't care if you use a song in the background. Where YouTube, you could just put in, like, we had, with Joe Rogan's podcast, we were playing, like, a National Geographic video of, like, a bear getting fucked or something like that. And
you got a lawsuit from the bear, a cease and desist.
So Vimeo doesn't care if I
Vimeo's
jack
laid
off.
back. Yeah, Vimeo's pretty laid back. You can pretty much do whatever you want to unless it gets too crazy.
Well, thank God for that.
I know.
But,
I know, because I...
Well, is there some video that you want to transfer, SteveO?
Well, actually, I have like a closet full of fucking videos, and not that I really want to see any of them, but I'm sure there are some things in there that would be really cool to go and bring over to Tom.
Yeah, let's do it, Tom.
Come on.
Let's go have a VHS digitizing party.
Is it Vimeo or
Vimeo? Old birthday parties,
Vimeo.
Family reunions, high school graduations.
At what point in time in your guys' lives, because both you guys share one thing in common, which I always loved, and you know, not to make this about me or anything like that, but like my mother is like a big fan of both of you guys, and because she can relate to, like, because I would always fuck with her the way you guys fuck with your families, or with your friends, or these practical jokes where there was no end to it, but there was some sort of weird unconditional love where they're like, yeah, you can piss me off for a day, but I'm back with you tomorrow, and that just made me want to push the envelope. At what age in your life were you guys like, I just want to fuck with people? Was it something happen to you young? Was it something happen to you young in your life? You're like, when I was in 3rd grade, from then on, like.
I think I remember when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. I used to sneak out and set up like some chairs, and in the middle of the night I'd put like a little cup of water up on the top of my parents' bedroom door. You know, I'd slide the bedroom door open a crack, and I'd just set a cup of water up there, and then I'd sort of knock on the door, and they'd come out and they'd get water on them. I remember that when I was a kid, like a little kid, like 6 years old.
And what would happen to you when that happened?
Then they'd yell at me.
And that was it.
I enjoyed the attention. I enjoyed them, the screaming, and the anxiety of it, the violence in the household. Made me feel good. No, there was no violence, but I think I enjoyed the attention. And so I did a lot of that stuff. I have the Slutmobile hood hanging in the wall.
Oh, they really got mad.
The wall in my garage. It's
great.
Your dad really got upset.
The 1992 Honda Accord. Yeah.
Slutmobile.
Yeah, I've kept the Slutmobile hood. And I know what you're saying about unconditional love. They have to support you. They wanted us to get jobs. In my case, you know, they were very concerned that I was going to be living in their basement for the rest of their life, and they saw that people kind of enjoyed that when I pulled these pranks on them, and they allowed me to kind of keep doing it. They'd get mad, but then they'd kind of laugh when they saw it. Yeah.
What about you, Rudolph?
I started making videos when I was 15 years old.
Skating videos or
skateboarding videos? Yeah, my dad won a video camera in a golf tournament, and I stole it from his closet, and I started making videos, skateboarding, and then I got into drugs.
That's a hard left turn. My dad won a video camera in a golf tournament, then I got into drugs.
Oh yeah, I did. And I used to make all these videos of myself skateboarding, but then it turned into videos of me sitting in my room smoking pot, you know? And then I went to the University of Miami after I graduated high school, and I couldn't bring myself to go to class at all, and I couldn't keep any kind of job, and I failed out of school, and I was like, man, Like I better like start doing some seriously dumb shit with a video camera because that's all I really like doing was make.
What were you even
videos.
studying? What were you like? I want to be this when you were in college.
I dropped out of the university. I was like on my way out of the university, and I'm just going around diving off of buildings and doing all kinds of fucked up shit and videotaping it. And I'm like telling everybody, I'm gonna be a rad stuntman, like famous fucking stuntman. And everybody just shook their heads and said, "What a shame."
There are no famous stuntmen.
What a shame. I know. And so I don't know. I just stuck with it. It wasn't really ever about fucking with other people as much, but I did plenty of that too.
But you had that shock value, like you like to make you just to shock people. You're like, holy shit, who would do something like that?
I know.
So Steve, you did spend a lot of time in Florida. I was right.
Right. Yeah. I lived in Florida from the ages of 6 to 9, and then 18 to 22, and then.
Where are you from 9 to 18? Those are formidable years.
Well, if you want to know, I was born in England, 6 months old, moved to Brazil, 2 years old, moved to Venezuela.
Brazil?
Yep. Spoke my first words in Portuguese. 2 years old, moved to Venezuela. I spoke fluent Spanish in nursery school. 4 years old, moved to Connecticut. 6 years old, moved to Miami. 9 years old, moved to England. 12 years old, moved to Toronto. And 13 years old, moved back to England and spent all 4 years of high school in London, England.
Wow! I mean, do you think globe-trotting like that into like Latin America and the UK and Canada has really helped your act or helped you as a
growing up
person?
in 5 countries made me eccentric, I believe. And lacking attention from my parents also speaks to how I turned out the way I did a little bit, I think.
I think you turned out pretty good.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Okay,
Yes,
you
you
want to
are.
warm up for me?
Yeah. But I was being serious about the sober stuff. Like,
Yeah, sure,
I
man.
mean, I take medication and I smoke marijuana. I have an addiction problem, an issue almost. My therapist thinks I do.
Okay.
I'm trying to stop. Will I feel better if I get off all, medication?
Well, I think anytime somebody says I'm trying to do something, that's sort of synonymous with I'm not doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
If you're gonna do it, you do it. There's nothing trying about it. But
Like I'm trying to quit jacking off on Skype.
Did you actually finish on Skype? Like
shit, yeah.
on the screen?
Fuck
On
yeah.
the keyboard?
No, Skype's the name of my cat.
Come here, Skype.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't see that coming.
That was so awesome. I can't even
Neither did
remember what
Skype.
you're talking about.
Didn't see that coming.
Tom, did you go back to Canada much?
Yeah, my family's in Canada. I go back and visit them quite often.
Where in Canada?
Ottawa, Canada.
Home of the Senators.
Yeah, home of the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about hockey here. Okay.
Our moms went to high school in Barrie, Ontario.
Barrie, Ontario, yeah. And I get back there quite a bit, and it's nice up there. I try not to go up there in the winter. It's too cold up there in the winter. It's crazy. It's crazy up there. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you get, not mobbed, but is it hard for you in Canada because everyone knows you, or are you like a national, you're in terms of comedy and all that?
You are a national
not
treasure.
really.
You are
Really?
No.
but you're a national treasure up there.
You are. Come on.
No, sometimes they don't let me in, actually, the border.
Who is that?
The border guards.
Why? Why would that be?
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe as well.
We saw you jerk off on Skype.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and people are nice everywhere. It's what's cool. That's what's weird but cool about having been on, had the show on TV. You go around, people are nice and excited, and it's awesome.
And you like the traveling part right now with you to stand up, going out on the road, all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to get to go everywhere, get up on stage, tell some jokes.
Talk conspiracy theories.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. It's a cool way to see the world. Been touring all over this year. SteveO's been going over. We did a show together. So SteveO got to the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland when I was just finishing up my 2-week run there, and we got there the day before I left.
Shorter run,
Yeah, we did a show together there one night, and that was the beginning of what's now going to be a very fun and inexpensive vacation for people listening all around the world. Book your tickets now to Las Vegas and come see us in Vegas.
Right.
When does that start? When does it start?
Our first show is on January 17th, if I'm not mistaken. We're doing January 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th at the Riviera Casino in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then we return on February 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. And then we return again on March 14th, 15th, 16th.
It's like a residency.
That's great.
Yeah.
You have four shows each month, January, February, March.
Yep.
Awesome,
One
man.
weekend
That's
out of
great.
each month, Thursday through Sunday.
What can we expect from a Tom Green, SteveO show?
I'm going to come out first, I believe, and to tell some really fucked up stories and jokes. And then after my comedy bit, Tom will come out and do some hilarious stand-up. And then I'm begging Tom to finish his stand-up set with an amazing rap.
Yep.
He used to rap at his shows. He doesn't rap anymore.
Yeah, you gotta bring that back.
Yeah.
And then once...
SteveO quit drugs and alcohol. I'm trying to quit rapping.
What are the odds of us getting you to rap at all right now?
No, I'm trying to quit.
No rap zone. You're trying to quit rap, which essentially means you're not trying to quit rap.
Right, yeah, I absolutely quit rap myself. But once Tom does his rap, then it's gonna basically means no more talk it. So then I'll come back out and start doing some fucked up stunts, and then we'll do like a big grand finale stunt together.
Nice.
Are there certain stunts they don't let you do? Like you can't show nudity in these clubs, right? Or some clubs you can. Or
The fire problems as
We're
well.
going to do it via Skype. I'm backstage.
There's this one stunt that I'm definitely gonna do where I pull down my pants and underwear.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
you bet.
Do you still staple your nut scrotum?
I haven't stapled my scrotum in.
Did it start to leak?
I wonder. It's probably been maybe a year.
45 minutes?
Yeah, it's been about 1 year, I think, since I stapled my nuts.
How many times have you stapled your scrotum to your leg?
Many, many times. The first time I ever stapled my scrotum to my leg, the first time I stapled my scrotum to both legs, and I called it the butterfly.
Oh, God damn
And
it.
then I thought, like, maybe I need a cooler trick where I don't have to staple my scrotum twice for it to be a cool trick. So what I did was I mashed my wiener into itself, and then I pulled my scrotum up over the whole deal and stapled it to my stomach.
Oh, God damn it.
And I call that the turtle. Yeah.
I did something similar. I had my right nut surgically removed due to
I think I watched that live.
due to cancer.
And Tom and I have been friends for years on end, and we've never, I don't think, been holding microphones at any juncture where at some point I didn't beg you to break out the uni ball.
Yeah. Do you have a fake ball? Did you get a fake ball?
It's never going to happen. What's that?
Did you put a fake ball in?
No, I did not put in a prosthetic.
Our friend just had it done 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Duncan Trussell just got
I know.
He's doing good, though.
He's doing really good. I talked to him today and yesterday.
Love you, Duncan.
So a round of applause for him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He said he...
It's a very scary thing to go through, and
Do you get cancer checks now every year because of this?
It's been over 10 years for me, so I am completely cured, cancer-free, no more checkups.
Right.
So absolutely, it's a very scary thing. And guys, if you're, you feel like something's wrong down there, don't be nervous. Just go to the doctor right away.
Pretty much always
save your life.
Was yours puffy? Like, what was your symptom?
Yeah.
Duncan said his was a little puffy and a little bit bigger.
It does
than
all
normal.
sorts of weird shit.
Does it have to be real sore, or is it just...
Yeah, sometimes,
You'll
but not
know you
always.
got it? Oh.
You'd sometimes, but not always. But if something seems wrong down there, guys, don't hesitate to go.
There's no shame.
To the doctor. I know it's a little embarrassing, to go have the doctor. Some guys get embarrassed about going to the doctor, but it's better than death being the other option. So.
I had a hernia operation, which is testicle was sore.
Yeah, that's actually interesting too. Is like the people often wonder, when you get your testicle removed, is it is your scrotum, like your ball sack, all like hacked up like some sort of Frankenstein experiment with the fucking the scarred up fucking ball sack?
Bolts in the side of your ball sack.
But they actually don't. They do. It's more like the hernia operation, where when you have your hernia operation, they cut you right there up there.
I had
in your abdomen. Yeah.
Oh, is that that's where they went in?
That's where they go in. Yeah, they go in, and then they reach in from above, and they shuck it out like an oyster.
Now, do you have the option to get it trimmed up a little, like some extra skin taken away, or is
No, it's all exactly the same. There's no extra skin to take away. No. Why? Do you want some of my extra scrotal skin?
Duncan's reason for not getting an implant was that when he's fucking a girl from behind, he said there's more of a ball hitting the ass type thing that the girls love.
Yeah, well, it's an assumption on his part. I mean, but
they give you the option of putting a prosthetic testicle.
Yeah, they do give you an option of putting a prosthetic testicle in. I passed up on it. I just figured it was just not really my style, you know.
Yeah,
everyone's getting these fake nuts these days.
More of a lone wolf kind of guy.
You get like the bigger one if you wanted it.
Yeah.
Thompson Uniballer.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a pin.
Yeah. But you know, everything's functioning fine, doing fine. Thanks a lot, guys.
You know who also has one ball is Dave England from Jackass.
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy,
the snowboard.
The guy who shits
Yeah, we
everywhere.
talked about that.
Yeah, he lost in that to a tragic snowboarding accident.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Yeah. Ooh, I'd almost rather have cancer than that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a broken egg.
Since he lost his nut, he's had many children. He just actually had another one.
Oh, really? Like naturally had him?
Yep.
Nice, man. Good for him.
Yeah, by fucking.
Yeah, the old school way. The old school way.
Steve, do you how do you stay in shape? Do you do yoga? Do you exercise? Or
I got big into surfing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what you do is very physical. I mean, you got to take care of yourself.
I suppose, yeah.
Did this skateboarding, surfing thing transfer pretty easily? Like,
I think that skateboarding, my history with skateboarding gave me a healthy head start on surfing.
It's cool.
Yeah, I love that fucking shit.
What skaters you hang out with? Ryan Sheckler?
What skaters do I hang out with?
Yeah. Bam Majer's a good skater.
Yeah, I hang out with Bam quite a bit.
He was on the show the other day.
Yeah,
Who's crazier, you or Bam?
You know, I think that like, and this is gonna sound really douchey, but I think that, you know, like superheroes, how they each have their one little specialty. You know, I kind of see like the cast of Jackass in that way. You know, like each guy has his own little superpower. You know.
Is that how you guys? A lot of you guys know each other through the skating world?
Kind of, yeah. We were all making skateboard videos, and then somebody determined that the mainstream people don't really give a shit about skateboarding. So if we would subtract the skateboarding from our skateboard videos, then what was left over would be a great TV show. And take away the skateboarding, and we were what was left
How'd you meet
over.
Knoxville?
So he was making skateboard videos.
Nice, man. Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about people who can't skateboard? You look down on them?
But they're great at audience warm-up.
Yeah, I think...
I can't skateboard, Steve.
That's okay, man. Did you happen to see fucking Freddy Got Fingered? Did you see this fucking animal on a skateboard? Yeah.
Your character was Brody in there, wasn't it?
Or Brody, yeah. Last name is Brody.
I auditioned for that movie.
Oh, really?
Was it Julie Ashton casting?
Yeah.
I think Tom and I might go for dinner and a movie after this podcast.
Really?
Yeah, we might go eat a healthy vegan meal and then go watch Freddy Got Fingered.
At Veggie Grill, and then we'll do some VCR digitizing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
You eat healthy? So you're healthy?
I will say that about you. Very healthy guy. Very healthy guy.
I've been vegan for over 3 years now.
Yeah.
We applaud that. That's okay.
Which is an expensive lifestyle. It's like being vegan.
I guess. I mean, it's
You don't think?
it's cheaper than being on drugs all day every day.
That is true. It's better than an $80 a day Coke problem.
Yeah, totally.
I get my quinoa off Amazon. It's pretty cheap. Eating healthy.
Quinoa?
Quinoa. Like eating vegan's not as expensive as a lot of people.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know. Shit, it doesn't have to be.
Do you have an energy? Do you notice your energy levels any lower than it used to be now, or is that?
There's been a lot of lifestyle changes going on, you know, and it's tough to really pin down like what makes me feel a certain way. Plus, I'm getting older, you know. I'm fucking 38 years old now. Fucking hair growing out of my ears and shit.
That's the worst.
I have that. My ears have a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Getting old sucks.
It does? Somebody else said that.
I kind of like getting old myself. I'm enjoying getting old because it just seems like that. You know, you can just do whatever you want now. Nobody really says anything to you. You can just go say anything you want.
People kind of trust you. Like, hell, he seems wise. He's going on the block.
And there's no rules really. There's no restrictions. You can get into.
Can you make it through the night without getting up to go pee?
Yes. Sometimes, yeah. I've been taking Tylenol PMs.
I never pee.
I've been taking
You never?
Never.
What the fuck's my problem, man?
You got that restless penis syndrome, whatever it's called.
Probably all the staples in your ball sack.
There's a leak.
Yeah. When he pees, it's just like it looks like a sprinkler from like when you're a little kid.
Patch up a couple of leaks down there.
Do you have that? You wake up every night and have to pee?
Every night, like at least like once, like in the middle of the night, I fucking wake up and go pee.
Is that a new thing?
Yeah, it's pretty recent, I guess.
Do you drink coffee
I
after
quit
5 o'clock?
coffee too, man.
Yeah.
You quit coffee?
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll ever happen. That'll be my last one.
I quit drugs, alcohol, coffee,
Tobacco.
fucking cigarettes, meat. If I could just stop jacking off to internet porn. If I could just stop jacking off on Skype.
Has it affected your loads?
Or is it frothy as it used to be?
I don't know. I mean, like, I can pretty much, when I blow a load, I want to keep my mouth shut, that's for sure.
So how about that military-industrial complex?
What does that even mean? You don't know nothing about nothing. Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? No, I'm not saying I want to talk. I just don't want to shoot a load in my own mouth. Got some squirt power.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Okay. I hate when that happens.
You ever glue your own eye shut?
No.
Really something.
I hate when that happens.
How do you get this done? Or undone? Did you do that?
I ejaculated on an insect one time.
Yeah.
What kind of bug was it?
I gave it a Charlotte's Web eye. It's a spider. Stay with me, people. I'm a professional.
Yes.
I just tried to work that one, and I was trying too hard. I'm sorry, guys.
So there's this guy in Oregon, and he's building a giant blimp, basically, to hunt for the Sasquatch. It's going to have thermal imaging cameras on it, and he's just going to fly it over the forest, and they're actually going to find if there's actually existence of the Sasquatch. How many people believe in the Sasquatch here, anyways, by your applause? Yeah. How about the military-industrial complex? How about a hand for that? What's a hand for the military-industrial complex? Well, that's essentially the fact that I don't know what the fuck it is.
So you think Bigfoot killed JFK? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, dude. So how long is this podcast?
Oh, come on, Steve. I take that personal. How dare you? I do audience warm-up for Rob Dyrdek's ridiculousness. Yes, MTV.
Oh, yes. Actually, we are actually about to wrap up because we have another podcast after this, the Ding Dong Show that you guys have to stay for, which is hilarious.
This has been a lot of fun.
But let's check on Rita right now. Rita has been drawing the whole thing, and yep, looks like another back teeb butt position.
I love the way you're walking around with the microphone like you're Jerry Springer.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's cool.
Look at me down in the corner. Yes.
It's like you're Phil Donahue. Oh,
But,
that's great. Look at that. That's awesome. Very good.
I'm going to take a picture of that.
When we release this will be up for auction on Deathsquad.tv, so you can bid on it. All the money goes to Rita, so she can buy happy things. But thank you, Rita, very much. Go to Rita Lux on Twitter, Rita Lux on the internet. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you, Rita. And let's give a big thanks to Redban for setting this thing up tonight. Getting the guests down here. Thank you. Redban, yes. Deathsquad for life. Represent.
Yeah. We got Brody on Twitter. Brody is me friend. His show is Enjoy It on HBO Go and all that. Tom Green live on Twitter. Thank you, Tom, for coming.
As well as Instagram, Tom Green.
Yeah,
live.
Tom Green. Yeah. Oh, I'm on Instagram.
Yeah. Subscribe to my new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Lots of fun stuff.
SteveO just farted into the mic. How dare you? With that vegan fart.
Good night, everybody.
And SteveO on Twitter also. And, and guys, check him out. And Jayson Thibault, thank you very much, guys.
Does it smell?
Yeah, it smells.
SteveO just farted.
Yes, it does. Yeah. All right, thanks, guys. Every Monday here at the Comedy Store at Death Squad Secret Show, Deathsquad.tv.
You got it. BrodyMerch.com.
If I get lucky, I'll get a disease. My bum is on the gum. My bum is on the gum.